What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome back to FTB Infinity. It's the universe pumpkin. It's what the hat's called, man, and it's a pumpkin. When you look into its mouth, you see the stars. It's pretty cool. I don't know. It's a thing, but it's on my head now. So yeah, this guy, which we haven't even checked out in a little while, is still spewing out energy all over this orb. It's pretty cool. We have 24 billion art. I think we're good. I think energy is not a problem. What are you? Oh, you're a cloud. Never mind. Anyway, so I have been working on some things. And first, I want to show you this stuff over here. It's turned off. Why is it turned off? Because holy crap, is it powerful. It's working like crazy. So let me show you what I have right here. Now, we already know, I showed you in the last episode that all of this XP is going over here for now. And it's full. It was completely full. This was entirely full. That was full. And there were so many experience orbs on the ground that it was lagging out my game beyond crazy. Like, there's a level that's crazy where your game just slows down and you're like, crap, this is kind of stinks. And then there's a level where it's like, am I moving? And that was pretty much the level it was at. And yeah, so I had to do some things. And both of these are completely full. And it's off. And it's going to stay off until we probably get at least one Bedrockium drum to hold all of the experience. And once that's full, I'm probably just going to disconnect the experience altogether, because that will be more experience than we ever need ever in the entire series that we're going to be doing here. And then I can remove all of this, have one Bedrockium drum, and just move the experience to somewhere a little more convenient so we can access it without it being too big of a problem, and I can just get all the levels I need for the rest of the series. It'll be cool. And then we can just go and turn this straight into Mob Essence, and we can play with that a little bit later. But for now, oh, it's off. Boy, oh boy, is it off. It was super powered. It's crazy. Let's see if we can gauge just how strong this thing was. What's something we're going to get? Let's check out gunpowder. Oh, 6,000. It was only on for like 30 minutes. Yeah. Ender pearls. We already know I have a lot of ender pearls. Well, that's actually not a whole lot. I thought there would be more of them. Bones. Bones are a common thing. What is that? 8,000? Is that 3,000? Maybe that's 3,000. I don't know. Bows are actually being taken out. I had to set up a little thing down here below this area over here that is basically, you have the bow and then you have the fuzzy card. So basically any bow with any durability is going to be sent into the trash can, because I don't need them. I don't need them. And they were clogging up my system like crazy. So that was a thing. Now, there's something else I set up over here, and I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Now, what in the world is happening? Okay, so first of all, you already know that the factory, oh, wait, Machine Inventory Manager can do some pretty cool things if it's set up properly, because we have this guy right here. This is all automated. Now, it's not doing anything too crazy like that. All this is doing is like 8 different things. All of them the same action. Basically, all it's doing is, if you type in compressed here, you see all of the compressed cobblestone, right? So the only thing this Machine Inventory Manager is doing is it's making compressed, and out of that compressed, well, okay, it's taking regular cobblestone, turning it into compressed. Then the compressed is turned into this, then turned into this, then turned into this, all the way up. And basically, these guys right here are doing the exact same thing that I mentioned earlier. I explained this to you before. This just gets you cobble. These are super powered because it has world interaction upgrades, so it's getting a full stack at a time, pumping it directly into this chest. And there's another chest over here. Ooh, that's lava. Glad it can't hurt me. There's another chest right here that's doing the exact same thing. You see how they're both opening, going into the same chest. And then you saw the little lid here. What does that mean? That means there's one down here as well, which is perfect, because that's what this guy is interfacing with, but you can't see it, which makes it look so much more awesome. Now, if you think about it, if you saw my last series, I only had 4 total cobblestone generators going in. So basically, I had 1 of these in the last series, and it took a while, so I figured I'd double it up. And actually, I had a big long thing here with like another 10 cobblestone generators being pumped into chests. And that was kind of a thing that was happening, but it was too much. It was literally too much cobblestone at one time. It was crazy. Because if you think about it, you have 4 here, and then 8. So it's 18 stacks pretty much per second. Like, it's pretty quick. If you look at this, you kind of see it pump in. Pretty much, you know, every second you're getting more cobblestone. So it was 18 stacks per second. It was just too much for it to handle. If you could find a way to handle it, maybe add on a few more chests or pump it into different ender chests. If you really need that much cobblestone and you want that big of an output, you could do that. And it wouldn't be too hard to mess around with. But in reality, I'm okay with waiting for a little while because this is going to give us what we need. We have 1 quintuple at the moment. Is that? Nope, we have 4 sextuples. Okay, so that's perfect. Sextuple, that's a funny word. Anyway, so basically I'm just waiting until we get the octuple compressed. So what is the octuple? What can we do with this? So if we go here and we push U, you see the usage of it. And yeah, oh, well, that's cool. Cave facade, perfect. And then you can do assembly table stuff, and you can do shape crafting. Septuples, who knew? So you can smelt it into a block of bedrockium. So the bedrockium is basically what you might expect. If you go here and go to usage, there we go. And you can break it back down into 9 bedrockium ingots. So if I wait long enough, that's not what I wanted. If I wait long enough, I can go in here and just get, you know, an octuple compressed, do it once, and I have enough for 1 bedrockium drum. And after that, I don't really have to pay attention to it because it's just going to keep making them. And by the time I need another bedrockium drum, I'll probably have another octuple compressed, and it's not going to be a huge deal to get another one. So the speed that it's moving now is only an issue in the beginning, and I didn't want to build a big whole thing to speed it up just for a few, you know, just so I get the first one quicker, because after that it doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. I have a whole lot of this stuff going on. I got a whole bunch of bedrockium going on, and I got a whole lot of power and a floating orb over my base. It's perfect. All right, well, things have progressed not a whole lot. Yep, things are pretty much the same. So why am I bringing you back? Well, I have enchanted things. I added protection 4 on all these. I also added on a sharpness 5, looting 3 to this. This guy was already there, and then I added efficiency 5 and silk touch to this guy. Now, that's kind of how it is, and this is the amount of experience it took. Yeah, it's a big tank wall. Well, check this out. All right, so we're back now. Yes, that was a very short little time-lapsey bit. That was 45 minutes pressed down into about 10 seconds. That was kind of cool though. I don't know, it took 45 minutes to basically fill it up the amount you saw, and that was the thing. Now I do want to mention a couple other things. Number 1, this little construction I had here, you may or may not notice the change. It's not a huge change, but it is a change. It was kind of a redundant circuit. I had a wire here going up and over, and it was a little complicated. I didn't need all that because it was already connected to the hypercube right here, so there's no point to have one here going across and all that. It works just fine. And you know what? I don't even need this one either. Just that will do. That's fine. That'll work. And then I have the power, and it's a thing. That's so much cleaner that way. The other thing is that the on-off switch for this guy, I forgot that these guys could be placed on the roof of stuff. So now it is, and that's clean. The other thing is this big thing in the sky. I checked on how much it was, but I didn't actually go through it. Now we have 28 billion. It's a lot. That's a lot of energy. So what happened here? All right, you remember how I mentioned a little earlier that, you know, I think it was in the last episode, how there was a point there where I tried to record, but it didn't get my mic sounds. I went through this entire process in there, and during the re-record, I totally forgot to mention it. And somehow along the way, I thought that I did, so I completely ignored it. But basically what this is it's the draconic energy storage thing. Energy storage multi-block. And basically what you do is you need an energy core, 4 particle generators, a bunch of redstone blocks, a bunch of draconium blocks, and at least 2 energy pylons. Alright, so the energy core is right in the middle of it. You have the particle generators right here. You see the 4 sides. And then you have the energy pylons right here. Those are the things that require. The redstone blocks and draconium blocks are how you build the center part thing. So you go to from here you go. Actually, this tells you right here. Basically, directly in the center. It doesn't have to be the same. You can have this one block away and this one 10. It doesn't matter. Now, obviously, I like symmetry, so mine is all 10, and it's the biggest size, so it's kind of how I did it. It just makes sense to me that way. So that's what we did. It's a thing. So then you have tier 1, which is just like this. And I'm going to go all the way to tier 6, which is what I have. And you see it kind of build up exactly like this. And that's just kind of what I did. I followed this instruction as closely as I could, and eventually, you know, you get all the way to the whole tier 6 thing, and you have your energy storage thing, which is exactly what I have. And that's pretty much what we're doing. Now, this thing can hold 2.14 trillion RF. That's a lot of power. So much power. So basically what this is a huge buffer of energy for when I run out of Yellorium or something. I'll be able to run off of this thing for a very long time until I can get an ender quarry back up. All of my stuff will stay on. It'll be all awesome. It'll be a thing that just remains very, very cool. But I figured I'd go ahead and mention that now, a little bit later in the episode after we check on the status of it. I don't know. It's a thing. I somehow just completely forgot about it. I think I also made a few more 64Ks. Oh, no, I didn't. Can I make 20 of them? I totally can. Oh, no, I can't. 11,000. That's what I was doing. I made 3 of you. That's what I did. And then I have some I thought I made the co-processors. Basically, what I'm working on doing is getting more ME storage so I can make, so I can do more auto crafting. I need to add in a few more things in the middle of this guy here. Because right now I have 2 4Ks, which means I have 2 processors that are capable of 8,000 bytes. What I want to get hooked up, and there's the frame problems again. God, it's so annoying. And so when I have a coprocessor, and then 64, 64, 64. And I'm going to have 2 of those. And that way there shouldn't, in reality, be any project that would be too big. There really shouldn't. I mean, 64 times 3, you're pretty much good to go. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And eventually, you know, all of these will be filled up like I was mentioning. And the frame problems. Why do you have to annoy me? Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention those real quick. Hopefully avoid some comments or something about, hey, dude, you just totally missed it. And yeah. Anyway, back to stuff. All right. Well, I have been working on a few things. Nothing changed over here. Nothing changed over here. Let's check out this stuff real quick before I go into what I've been doing. We're currently at 6 septuple compressed cobblestone. We need 3 more of these, and we finally have our octuple compressed. Yep. And then I can smelt it into a thing. Now, this right here is what I've been working on. I mentioned before how this area, it never looked all that great, and I'm working on it now. Don't pay attention to this front stuff. I'm still working out designs. This is in progress, as you may or may not have guessed. Over here hasn't been changed, and this is something we're going to go over in a minute. But for now, I do want to show you the new design for this. Now, the hypercube is something, like I already mentioned, it's not really something that's like, wow, that is just so amazing. But I do love it. I love the design. I love the capabilities. I love the access. I like how everything in the middle is empty. And I'll show you, you know, why that's so awesome here in a second, which you may or may not be able to look in there and tell. But it's just awesome. So I thought I would try to showcase it a little bit, and I think it looks really cool like this. It's got this little frame thing, and then I have these guys over here. Now these, I'm actually really proud of these things, because the way, you know, it's all like super compressed in here, and there's not a whole lot of anything. Now right here, interesting, the power, I must have taken out the power somewhere. That was never connected? That's odd. This is here, which I'll show you that in a minute. Where's my conduit? What happened to the conduit? That's a little weird. Oh well, we'll just add a new one. So, anyway, now that those things have power, but basically I'm really, really proud of these things because here's the alloy smelters. You know, they're all connected. They all have power from here. Oh, there's the connection. Okay, never mind. I don't need you. So, now that they're all connected, you also see right here we have the item conduits going between all of them. And what the item conduits are obviously doing is taking stuff from this chest and outputting it into here. Now, then you also have... If you look under here, I have the cables connected directly to my quantum ring down here. And that allows me to import everything from these guys directly back into my system. Now, it's so compressed. It's so, you know, small. It's amazing how well this actually fit in there. And I love the way it looks. Now, oh, those are the wrong blocks. Give me the other ones. Give me the other ones, man. All right. You. And then we have this guy right here. Now, what this is a conduit facade. And this is from Ender.io, and it does the same thing for, you know, Ender.io conduits as the cable facades for the ME system. Dude, now right here you see the cable facades, and with a certain tool you can see through them, and it does the exact same thing. Now, with the Ender.io cable facades, what you get is a block that actually surrounds the entire thing. For all intents and purposes, it is a block. It surrounds the whole thing, not just the front. But what you can do with these is very similar to the other one. If you are holding a wrench, you can see right through them. And you can interact with everything just like you know, would expect. And it's really cool. I'm glad they did this because it's so awesome to be able to just be like, I don't want to see the cables. I can hide them now. And it's really cool. Anyway, so I have both of these sides set up. You have the sag mill and you have this. Now, the quantum rings for the other side, both of these have quantum rings in them. And, well, they're around back. I have 3 of them set up right now. Like I mentioned, there's no need. This is like so much excess usage here. Like, this is just so resource intensive what I'm doing, but I love the idea of wireless. And this is the wireless AE system. Like, this is what you do in order to make it wireless. It's meant for like cross-dimensional or huge distances, and I'm using it for about 5 to 10 blocks, which is way over the top, but it is what I want to do because I don't like seeing cables everywhere. So now I don't have to. I have these things right here, which in this position, they look pretty cool, which is really awesome. I like it. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of a thing that's going on. I like it. I like it a lot. So the reason I said the inside is very handy is because, oh yeah, did you see this? I don't know if you saw this. I reorganized these. This is just where all of these are going to go. And now I don't have to circle around the entire outside to get what I want to look at. I can just drop down in the middle and spin in a circle and I get to see everything. I think this works a lot better. And also underneath, I'm eventually going to have the whole ring, you know, a whole ring of deep storage units. Now, we do have caches, which I believe are cheaper, but every single one of them does have a limit. And I would just rather, you know that this has a huge limit, like billions or something like that. Crazy, crazy amounts of items can be stored in these, you know, without them running out. I've never used one up entirely, so I like the idea of unlimited, even if they are a little bit more expensive. And they're really not too much worse. But that's where all the deep storage are going to go. These are eventually going to be moved probably inside the cube. But you see these guys right here. We're going to go in there and check it out here in a second. But I kind of realized something. Now, my original hypercube design came with a total, I don't know, a whole bunch of these guys. The crafting storage. Now, I have 2 full things. Like I was mentioning, this is one thing that I was working on. And I finally got it hooked up. You have 3 times 64, you know, times 2. So I have 2 separate processors. This is 2 separate crafting jobs that can take, you know, this much storage. And you really don't need a whole lot. So I've decided to use a little bit of the room in here for, you know, some of my ender chest storage stuff. Now right here is the input into my system, and then you have the ore output that's going into this chest, which is going and leading over into the sag mills. And then you have the alloy smelter one, which is going over there into the sag mills. And I'll end up bringing a lot of the other things. You know, my trash can deposit will be in here, and anything else I deem. The yellorium output will be in there somewhere. And that way, everything remains hidden. It's out of sight, and it's not going to, you know, ugly up the area or anything like that. So it's pretty cool that way. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, this contraption right here is something that I was mentioning. I was telling you all about how, you know, I wanted to save up the liquid XP and everything and transfer it over into, you know, mob essence and stuff like that. And that is still true. That is what I want to do. And currently I have a whole lot. If we look at my system right here and I go to tank, I have 28 full liquid XP tanks ready for usage anytime I actually need XP. So right now I have enough on hand that I can actually just kind of convert some of it. Now this guy right here is, you know, 53,000 out of whatever, but I wanted to show you how this works. I wanted to go through some of the issues, which the first issue is making it look good. That's going to be a problem, but maybe if it's just completely hidden, it'll be okay. The next issue is it's kind of laggy. Now, I fixed a little bit of my problems. It seems that I still had Opus active in my world, and that seems to have helped a lot with the frame problems. I thought Opus was supposed to help you, but it turns out that it really doesn't. At least not for my setup. So I took that out. It seems to help. I'm also not using the standard FTB launcher anymore. I'm using a different one because the FTB launcher in itself is actually a little bit resource intensive, and it's kind of stupid. But I digress. Anyway, so here's the other issue is, like I was saying, it's a little bit laggy once I start doing this because I don't know if the sewer can pick up everything. It seems like it can because it's not filling completely up, but it might only be accepting a certain amount at a time. It seems to be okay now. I'm not sure if it can take it all, but you see how quickly the thing is draining? And I can easily just turn this back on and it fills back up, no problem. But what this is doing basically is the tank is filled, if you can't follow it on your own. But this tank right here, the ender tank, is filled, which is being filled by this, like I showed you before. I love being able to do that, just falling off the edge and then flying. It's dangerous if you're ever in a position where you actually can't fly. Anyway, so all of these tanks are being drained into this ender tank, and this ender tank is being used to fill up the other open blocks tank. And with an XP shower on this tank, it is able to actually spit the experience back out into orbs, which is being absorbed by the sewer and transferred into... Oh, apparently there's a sewage thing too. I didn't know there was a sewage anything. But which is able to be transferred, shifted, changed into mob essence. And then these guys right here are just well, in this case, they're liquid translocators, which is just sending it from the sewer into this guy right here. And once that happens, he can send it to here. So this basically just creates a buffer. I could very easily take it straight from the sewer and directly into my block smasher. But right now this guy's full, and if that were the case, then the sewer would fill up really quick, and it doesn't really give me too much of a buffer. Now, at the moment, I think there's an issue, and I'm not sure what that issue is. I don't know why that's happening. Yep. So when there's a whole lot of experience going on here, like, I don't know why the sewer's not picking, or why the sewer's not sending this, rather, into that drum over there, but for some reason it wasn't. Now I'm just collecting a whole bunch of experience. But that's the basic premise behind what I want to do, and that way I can have my block smasher right there completely filled up with mob essence all the time, and I won't have to worry about it, like, ever. So as soon as I can find a decent setup for this, a decent place for it, I can go ahead and rig something up and do that. But as I mentioned already, would you finish picking up all the experience? Goodness gracious, how much was it in here? And why is the sewer not transferring it? Goodness. Well, I'm actually pleasantly surprised that this amount of experience didn't actually, you know, slow down my game at all. That was really cool. Anyway, so that's the basic idea behind this. But as soon as I can do that, it'd be great. And I have mob essence forever, and it's awesome. So then I have my fortune 3. This guy with mob essence, you put the block in here, it gets fortune down to here, and you can, you know, push in and take out freely, I believe, with this guy. I haven't actually tested that, but I assume that's what it is. And as you can see, I'm still working on a redesign for all this stuff. I'm going to have to fix my machine inventory manager because when it was over there, I broke all of these guys, which actually removes it, you know, from here. So I'm thinking that if you ever have to move this guy, pick this guy up with a dolly first and then place it back down last. And it might, you know, remember all of its inventories and everything. That might be a thing that can happen. Anyway, so I'm still trying to work on a redesign for this area too. I'm messing around with things, and I've done a lot of work off camera. I didn't want to do too much without bringing you guys back, just showing you what's going on, how things are progressing, and yeah. So I'm just going to keep working on that stuff. I'm going to wait for my bedrockium to finish. I need my octuple compressed cobblestone to go through. So much cobblestone compressed down. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been doing. And I'll see you back when I got something more to show you. Right. I've been doing some cleaning. And I don't know if I told you that that I did start another quarry or not. I don't think I told you, but it might have already been started. Anyway, so that doesn't really matter too much. I want to talk to you guys a little bit. But first, this is a little thing, and I'm kind of a dummy. Yeah, that's a thing that I am at the moment, because what this is the pure Certus quartz grower thing. Pure crystal grower thing. Yeah, that thing. So basically what I have is, you know, I have this thing up top, and then it'll spit out the items into this pool, and everything looks okay, except that I'm missing the crystal accelerator grower things. So, yeah. The crystal growth accelerators are not here, and it's just something that I completely forgot about. But that'll be added shortly enough. Anyway, so like I said, I want to talk to you guys a little bit, and the reason this is at the end of the video, and I still have a pumpkin on my head, is because, you know, if you've made it this far in the video, then you're probably, you know, a returning viewer. I didn't want to spam the entire world with this. This is for my viewers, my faithful viewers. You guys are awesome, first of all. You guys are just amazing, you know. And I know that my videos have been a little bit sporadic and not all that consistent. But don't worry, they may seem like they're slowing down at times, and it's just because my life is pretty crazy right now. I mean, I got my job, I got college, I got my job, and it's crap, and then, you know, YouTube, and I'm trying to do some other things with YouTube to try to mix it up a little bit. If you've seen a lot, you know, some of the other videos I've been doing, this is a sneak peek into what I'm working on. But, you know, overall, I'm trying to get the videos out as much as I can. And it's been pretty hard. But don't worry, I will be continuing the video viewing thing. I will be putting out more videos for you guys to watch and enjoy. And I hope you do, because I'm trying to, you know, the reason I'm not just recording an episode every day is because if I did that now, the videos wouldn't be all that great. It would be, you know, me not having fun. It'd be me forcing myself to do it because a lot of times, you know, I'm just tired, or I'm working on something else, or I'm distracted or something. You know, I only want to do this when you guys are going to enjoy it. I'm doing a little pathing thing. I don't know what this is, but it's kind of cool. I'm going backwards. Follow the blue brick road. Anyway, so, you know, that's just a little bit about why the videos are, you know, coming out as they are. Now, in the future, if I can ever get to a point where I'm actually, you know, a full-time YouTuber and I can make enough money on this to survive, then it'll be awesome. And I'll put out at least one video a day, maybe even more than that. But until that happens, you know, things are how they are. And I just have to, you know, deal with life as it comes. So I hope you guys are okay with it. I hope that, you know, you guys stick around and you don't, you know, don't abandon me, man. I'm trying. I'm doing things. But the videos, they will be continuing on. Don't worry. But this one's over. This one's over. Wait, let's check something first before I disappear completely. Now I'm making this video even longer. Even though, ooh, glitch. We have 7. Almost, wait, septuple, sextuple. Yeah, that funny word one. Yeah, we have 8. So one more of these and we have 8. Sweet. So we're coming really, really close to the bedrockium stage. So maybe in the next episode we'll start hooking that up. And the reason I wanted that is so that I can actually store a huge amount of experience, transfer a huge amount of it into mob essence, which is probably what the bedrockium barrel is going to be used for first. That's the first one, is going to be the bedrock or the mob essence. Excuse me. So that way I can do the block crusher and get fortune and all that good stuff. Anyway, so this video is already long enough. If you like the video, then don't forget that hit that like button. If you want to see more, you want my videos sent directly to you, then don't forget to subscribe. Comment, favorite, share if you feel like you want to. Thanks so much for watching. Ooh, words. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around and, you know, thumbing up and everything. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next time. Bye.